Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. So today I would like to talk about the year of 2024, the economy overview for England. And I have to first of all, I'm sorry that it doesn't turn out um, to be as hopeful that I was expecting. But don't worry, I actually made one more spread to actually elaborate um, one of the ways to actually get through some of the problems. So hopefully it will be helpful for some of you. So for this year, for England specifically, the Three of Swords in the previous position, it means heartbreak, things didn't work out, and people feel sad about it. People feel depressed about it. So um, it's like something in the heart of England is being, being stabbed. Um, so in this case, I intuitively can relate to two of the things. The first is about the passing of the Queen Elizabeth. This can definitely have a really huge impact for many people in England. Um, and there is the emotional impact to the economy itself because that event is linked to so many people of England on an emotional level. And on the other hand, um, Three of Swords can also mean that the process of Brexit it didn't go that well. So the economy was actually impacted in a negative way. So definitely a period for sorrow. Currently, Seven of Cups means um, there are things that the economy itself is trying to figure out a way or multiple ways to make things work. But the problem is kind of lacking in the concrete direction um, because they want to do a lot of things at the same time and they feel like, oh, there are so many possibilities, but that actually can become a problem because the lack of direction. Um, I think the economy itself is overcoming a transformation and it's like 80% transformed. And there are some things, 20% left that are that are required to to overcome to deal with. Uh, but I strongly feel like there is some kind of chaos and some kind of disruptions that can impact the process of transforming the economy. And this can be related to the King of Swords energy because the King of Swords energy is about being very logical, being very practical. Um, when a King of Swords energy is crossing a of Cups energy, it can either bring it down or bring it up. Um, you know, there are always good and bad for everything. The good thing for King of Swords is about being logical, being um, practical without being hindered by emotions. Um, but as we know, we are emotional people. People in general, they are being motivated by emotions. So, King of Swords energy might not facilitate the emotional side of people. Um, But on a bright side, King of Swords can also mean that practical decisions will be made, logical decisions will be made in order to facilitate the economy. But the thing is, King of Swords sometimes they can lack the flexibility when dealing with some kind of blow up. When there is a blow up, then emotions become very important to be considered and to be taken care of. Because let's imagine if something traumatic, if something stressful happened to us on a personal level, and if we feel really bad about it, it actually decreases our vitality, physical well-being, and also spiritual well-being to combat the situation, right? So when we're dealing with problems on a personal level or even in a societal level, if people's emotions are being ignored and neglected, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Even though people may argue that, hey, we have this, we have done all the research, it proves that this will lead to that, that is a good thing to do. But in general, human races, there are a lot of different type of people in a society, and for a society to actually thrive, just being logical, just being pragmatic will not serve all the people. And I feel like it is a time that everybody in a society need to be considered, because that will create the biggest synergy to overcome the obstacles and to rise above. So King of Swords energy, the good side is about being pragmatic, practical, but the downside is the emotions of people and the society in general. It is being ignored, and it can make or break a situation. So King of Swords is also about, because it is a king. King is about authority figure. Uh, if they feel like they are logical, they will go forward it full force. Doesn't want to compromise. However, the good side is they might consider to be a little bit flexible if they see the logical side of things. But first of all, it has to be based on what he understands. Uh, by saying he, I don't mean to specify the gender because tarot can be gender neutral. So whoever is in the power, if the public wants them to understand the situation, there is a need to tune into their mentality and their way of doing things and their logic. And there is a bridge that has to be established between them, in order to communicate in a beneficial way to make things work better. Because if you're using, let's say, a King of Cups energy to speak to a King of Swords energy, it's not going to get through. But if you try to use the intelligence of the King of Cups, even though there's no King of Cups in this spread, but I'm just putting it as an example. If you're trying to use the emotional intelligence to tap into the the logical mind of the King of Swords, then you're gonna know that why the King of Swords want to do things in a particular way. It is because their emotions is linked to something that they concern about. But for the King of Cups, it will feel like, are you emotionless? Like, are you a robot? Or whatever. Why don't you care about ordinary people? Blah blah blah. But there's a need for to all sides in the society to actually tap into the logical side of the the authority to actually get the message through to the authority to explain what the situation is. And the point is there's a it is essential to bring out the message in a way that they actually understand based on their logical mind, so that there are cooperations that can be established between or among different sides in the society. Um, the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the spread, it means there is new passion beginning of some kind. You see, for the economy itself, it actually found some new insights and new passion that they would like to follow. But I will tell you, something is not gonna work. Because I will tell you why in the next spread. Because I did an extra spread to actually explain some of the problems. At the top of this spread, the Seven of Swords, it is about strategic. Someone is strategically moving things and leaving things behind. So because there is so much burden and so much responsibilities that they would like to let go of some of the problems, they will feel like, okay, we are done with it. So we're not gonna carry all till the end. Something has to be sacrificed. And it can be seen as being smart. It can also be seen as, oh, we have to sacrifice something. The Tower at the near future, it means disruption, kind of shock. It is not something that is predictable. And somehow I feel like it is related to the Ace of Wands energy. Something that the economy wants to initiate and feel very passionate about initiating right now. It has to be prepared for some kind of shocks and surprises. Um, yeah. So the Star card is actually a good sign because the star card means the renewal and also happiness and harmony. So the economy of England is trying to recover from the problems, and they're trying to nurture the situation and the environment to prosper again. Eight of Pentacles after the Star card means that the economy itself is putting in the effort and the forces to complete a task. The task is completed 80%. It's just approximation. But there are something that is work in progress, and it takes a long time to complete, and now it is going towards the ending stage of some sort, but it's not yet done. The Death card after the Eight of Pentacles, it can mean something is coming to an end. And I feel like when it is about and after the Eight of Pentacles, it means something that the economy is trying to establish, and it has been working for so long to establish it. For some reason, it's coming to an end. It has to embrace a transformation somehow. And at the end of the spread, the Ten of Swords means, usually it means failure. Something doesn't get through. Something is not working as intended. So I strongly feel like the Tower energy and the Death energy and the Ten of Swords energy, they are all related to some kind of shock, and the shock can actually create definitely problems that actually obstruct obstructs the progress of recovery on an economic level. So this has to be really taken seriously. Um, that's why I'm saying the King of Swords energy. It has to be. I think it has to be not only logical, because being logical and being wise, it has to consider the emotional side of things. Like when people are being hit by traumatic situations, their emotions can be tremendous towards the economy of a country, right? The only Cups card I can see is Seven of Cups in this spread. Even though the Star card can mean harmony in general, it does not show enough emotions and care for the people in general, and it can be problematic. So I hope that the emotions of people can be taken care of in a more compassionate way, because economy is not just about the logic. It is about the logic of motivating people to participate in a way that is not, not compromising their integrity, or actually just forcing themselves to to fight. Anyway, so this is the supplemental spread for the situation in England on an economic level. The Four of Wands actually explains that this year the economy is trying hard to stabilize itself, but definitely there are situations where it can be destabilized somehow easily if they move forward with the Ace of Wands energy. Because this, okay, the Two of Pentacles in this spread, actually it is about something that the economy should do. And the Ace of Wands is about something the economy should not do. So as you can see, this is what the economy should do. And this one is don't do. So what I can think about is the Two of Pentacles is about adaptability. This is a person who is trying to connect to things, to having the synergy to actually complete the task is very busy and not easy, because as you can see behind this person, you can see the ocean, the waves, and logistic issues can be in the picture too. Like how to maneuver a situation where logistic problems are present. That's a huge issue. But if they intend to stabilize it, it is still possible. They just have to be adaptable and be flexible about the situation. And as you can see, this person is trying to stabilize two coins with whatever you can imagine. They are orbiting, they're moving within that boundary of, it looks like the symbol of infinity and, the number 8. So it means that if the economy is moving towards um, flexibility and also um, gaining the balance and not going out of balance under certain principles, the economy is still gonna be all right. It's just gonna be a lot of things that need to be done at the same time. It is busy. Um, a lot of procedures have to be done, but we'll get through it because Two of Pentacles is also about money, like transferring funds, money from this region to that region, that kind of thing. So probably the economy of England can benefit from monetary transactions from other regions, or um, maybe overseas British firms. They can actually um, support England in some ways, and they can actually create more prosperity for England itself, even though they are overseas. So I think international trade will be essential, and also the transactional of the money from England, in between England and other regions, other parts of the world. Um, and also, Two of Pentacles is about collaboration. Even though it's not like the Two of Cups, like collaboration and partnership, but it is the number 2. So it is still about partnerships. But the partnerships is based on more of the monetary side, and practical side is less about the emotional side, like the Two of Cups. So Ace of Wands, when we're talking about something that shouldn't be done, it is about idea, new passion. If the economy suddenly wants to go into that direction, to do something brand new, it's not gonna work because it will reach a shock. Then the shock is gonna break it. This is what I can see through the spread. So why I'm mentioning this? Because as you can see at the bottom of this spread, the Celtic spread, you can see the Ace of Wands. So when we are talking about this is the economic overview of England in 2024, that's the root of the spread. That's the foundation of the spread. It means that the economy is trying to figure out a way that it feels passionately driven towards a brand new beginning or a new idea. It is a general direction for the economy. I mean, if you know about the economy of England, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about because I don't follow the news over there. I only know, okay, there's a Brexit and there are some situations. That's it. I don't even know what is the Ace of Wands energy. What's the new thing they wanted to do? The Ace of Wands is new ideas. So if you can figure out what is the Ace of Wands of the economy, then you know that it's not going to work. Because it's just not going to work. If they go through with it, it's going to hit walls. There will be a tower moment, disruption that can actually bring the awareness that it's not going to work. So what is the best way? Is to be logical in a sense that things have to be stabilized at this time, and it is very risky to suddenly turn the tides to something else. I think there are some people, or maybe I don't know, in energies in general, they feel like the economy can actually make something new to happen, and I feel like they are ambitious about it because the Eight of Pentacles is about the energy of um, mastering the craftsmanship. So they have been planning about this new beginning, and they just want to implement it. Um, Probably it's possible that Ace of Wands energy is not totally a brand new thing, but it is the beginning stage of a plan, the plot. They have been planning for this, and they feel like this year is the time to implement. But the thing is, the timing is not right. Um, it's just not right. The timing is not right for new beginnings. It's the timing is right for logical decisions that will stabilize the economy and a society. And it requires the flexibility. But the King of Swords energy can actually prevent the economy to be flexible. They will feel like, hey, we are logical enough to do that. Uh, why not just do it? Then that's gonna be a problem. So I think the key to success for the economy of England this year is about adaptability and allow the situation to be kind of um, how can I explain? As you can see, the Two of Pentacles is not about permanent stability. It is about getting things done in a way that will be able to bring in the balance to a situation. Because something has been out of balance and it has to be in balance, and this includes relationships with the other, I don't know, whatever you want to say, other countries, other people, whatever. It's about partnerships. um, but Ace of Wands energy is about, hey, we want to do this, I want to do this. It's about I. It's the I energy. But Two of Pentacles is about partnerships. And here in this spread is about partnership will work better than being single. So I feel like the economy of England is trying to do something by itself, but the problem is because the timing is not right, and if it tries to do things by itself, it's gonna hit some roadblocks, and it's gonna be like a shock, and that's why I think it's better to utilize the Two of Pentacles energy to be flexible, um, even though it might be perceived as somehow tricky. There are people who are just black and white. They have a black and white mentality. Is either right or wrong. Then it's not going to be favorable to those people because they feel like uh, the economy is not picking a a clear direction. But sometimes life is there are gray areas, and in order to maneuver a delicate situation to actually gain the victory, sometimes gray areas are essential because you know there is a saying called um, someone's yuck is someone's yum, right? They don't like this, but this can benefit some people. And at the end of the day, if reciprocation is allowed and encouraged, the people who feel like they're not gaining anything right now can gain something back from um, the other people or the other organizations that are actually gaining through this process. So that's also about the energy of Two of Pentacles. Is about um, transferring power from this to there, and there's the flexibility among the system. So even though some part of the system it does not earn enough, or maybe it does not meeting is not meeting the target, but the other parts can actually help and subsidize, and then this will create a healthy cycle within the economy. And I think this is part of the Two of Pentacles energy um, that is beneficial to cultivate for the England economy, especially for this year. But whenever ideas that are only based on single-sided or maybe self-initiative without considering the other side, um, reality of the other side or the other party, the other people, then it's going to drive the economy to a negative side. So yeah, so in general, I would say it has to be very cautious, and I hope the King of Swords energy can actually bring in the logical side of, you know, logical side of technique to maneuver the situation, so that the disruptions and failure can be, at least be prevented, if not um, if not prevented, but at least not too destructive, right? Um, I feel like if the Ace of Wands energy is not being tamed, and if the economy is still gonna go towards it, the Ten of Swords actually, it can mean it's not that bad, but it's just gonna be bad, but not extremely bad, because it is a minor arcana. The Death card is major arcana. For the economy itself, it will feel like it's a blow up, because the Death card is a major arcana. But at the end of the day, the Ten of Swords is actually meaning that it feels really really bad, but it's not to a point that it cannot be recovered. It's just gonna be a shock, and unpleasant shock. So yeah, I think in this situation, someone who is quite wise and logical can actually really alter the situation if this person understand the energy of Two of Pentacles, which is about, you know some sort of collaboration, and some sort of compromise, um, and having the patience to actually let things to be unstable for a while. When the timing is right, then the Ace of Wands energy can be implemented once again, because Ace of Wands energy is a good energy, but sometimes when the timing is not right, it just doesn't work out as intended. Two of Pentacles energy, I know there are many people who doesn't like it, because it will feel like it's up in the air and it's not gratifying. People will feel like, oh geez, it's like uh, need to handle two things simultaneously is not easy for many people. And there are many people, they would like things to be going towards one direction, but not going in between. But in this time, in this timing, in 2024, there's a need to be going in between. So I hope this will shine some light to the situation, and I apologize if it doesn't make you feel well. Um, I I just try to uh, to be honestly explaining the situation. Um, and thank you for your time. I appreciate your time. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. And I wish you all the best and have a good day. Bye.